So let's switch gears a little bit. And Professor Khodair, you served as the Dean of Kasr Faculty of Medicine at Cairo University, which has been around for soon to be 200 years.
Now it's 98.
Yes.
198.
198.
And in 27 it will be 200.
And I must
Years
tell
old.
the audience that Professor Khodair and myself are proud graduates of Kasr Faculty of Medicine at Cairo University. So being dean from 2014 2018, which was an important era where great accomplishments were made, what's your philosophy as a leader, and what are some of the accomplishments that you're very proud of during your time as dean and across your professional career, which goes beyond 4 decades?
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you something. When you're the leader or the dean of a huge school like Cairo University,
almost 7,000 hospital beds.
Yeah, 6,200 hospital beds, inpatients, and 95 operating rooms, and almost 200 classrooms for students. And
how many satellite locations to give a full picture of how huge this
we have 17 hospitals
across the nation,
across Cairo, and it's a huge thing. When you have the responsibility of leading such an
huge institution, yes.
A huge organization,
with the legacy of
if
being
you
the
do not
largest.
believe in teamwork, don't go for it. Yani, if you're selfish, if you think too much of yourself and what you're going to gain from such a responsibility, don't go for it.
So teamwork is key.
It is the most important thing.
And having a servant leader mentality, if you will.
Yes.
Right.
You have to accept the idea of a teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be ready to delegate to people and trust them.
Important.
And trust them.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be a good choice of character, because you're going to choose your team.
Absolutely.
When I was the dean for 4 years, I had 300 doctors working with me in the administration of the school.
I remember you were always on tours, and you would go personally even to the smallest prep room, and you would personally go, and I love that, because you're going yourself, you're on the ground, you're seeing what's happening, and you're acknowledging the efforts of the teams on the ground, and the doctors and the nurses and the technicians and everybody in the trenches, if you will. And we were just talking before going on air about the Kasr corridor. You want to tell us something about it? I would love to bring to our audience around the world.
It's our main hospital. It's called Manual Hospital. This hospital was built 97 years ago, and it was very strange, because at that time Egypt's population was 18 million or something like that.
Somebody had a vision at that time,
and they decided to build such a huge hospital
on the Nile.
And it has a service corridor which is very famous all over the world. Service corridor inside the hospital.
I remember that.
And it's 1 kilo and 200 meters, which is 1.2 kilometers length inside the hospital. And it's almost 10 meters wide, 1.2 kilometers long, for the whole 4 stories of the hospital. And it's really incredible, of course, and it's historical.
It is. It's iconic. In fact, I remember in my years of training and as a medical student, I can't count the number of times that myself, my colleagues, our professors, and the nurses and the technicians, how many times I would cross this corridor. So you don't need to go on a diet.
Yeah,
it's good exercise, yes. And we will be running from one end to the other. Yes. I must mention that my feeling was that of a gratitude and pride to be there, but also very humble, because to see the patients coming from all across the nation, yes. From the countryside, from Alexandria, from the south, traveling long hours, and they come because they want to make sure that their loved ones get the best care ever, and it's free of charge.
Yes.
So it's tell us about that,
It's
because it's not
totally.
common in all parts to have at this magnitude where you're providing this level of medical service at high quality and at no cost to the patients, right?
The medical school, or at the Cairo University after all, is all. It's of course a governmental school, and it's sponsored. Everything is sponsored through
The Egyptian government,
and of course through the taxpayer at the end.
yes.
And we do all our services for free, except for about 15% of the beds, which are with a symbolic price just
Right.
to keep it
To keep things running.
yes.
Yeah.
But 85 almost percent of the beds and inpatients are totally sponsored by the government.